And now you may be able to hear the incredible support for the next neutral athlete, Adelia Petrosian.
18 years old, personal best score in the short program, 70.86 from a few years ago. And hoping to deliver more on this potential Olympic stage.
Planet Earth, my home, my place. What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said we were to gain? Did you ever stop to notice all the blood we shed before? Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth as we make sure?
Well, Mark, some really nice scores in regards to the GOE on some of these elements, except for the triple Lutz that is in the minuses at the moment. We'll take a look at it perhaps in the replay, but overall, pretty strong performance.
Absolutely, and although the Lutz was not as comfortable as we have seen from Adelia, interesting the comparison with this and what we saw in practice. In practice, it was perhaps cleaner because the Lutz was more secure, but I was really impressed by the way in which Adelia absolutely ramped up the energy. This, energetically, from a component's perspective, was a point higher in each component than what I perhaps saw in practice.
Yeah, and the flip toe combination in this program was stronger than it was in the practice session, so that was a bonus for sure. She really lifted up cleanly on that. Let's take a look at some of the elements. The Lutz is on the quarter for the landing. There were two under review. That is now completed. And there just keeps a hand away. Yeah, great fight.
But as we see the slow motion replay, you get confirmation of the transitional content in and out.
Yes.
And actually also spin quality. So going to be fascinating to see how many +4s, if there are any of the judges that are going to consider a +5 for these spins. Positions, clear and controlled, fast, centered. Some great work on those elements as well. And that will be what will make the difference in this event. Rates of execution and component scores. And you know, we saw this in practice. Totally different with the extra performance value that we see.
Here's the triple flip all the way. Carries good flow between lifts way up in that toe loop, all the way around. Great extension.
just looks like Adelia was just looking down to confirm to herself that was fully rotated. This is an example of the body movement feature within the step. And there, an example of amazing performance ability. She eyeballs the judges to boost the presentation component.
You have to have nerves of steel, and she was determined.
And Adelia has been injured over this summer, and that perhaps part of the reason that we don't see the same planned program content that we have seen her from the jumping passes in domestic events, but she's absolutely delivered with the planned program content that she had intended here.
Well, it's hard to know where the score will settle because it's early on in this event. We have another skater to come, and then the ice resurfacing. So it'll take a while for the numbers to unfold as to where that really stands. Big smile and the kiss and cry. And
yeah, and good, I think, for her to hear the support for her here, and looking relaxed in the kiss and cry now, having done the first job with a short program successfully accomplished.
Exactly.
The scores, please.
Short program scores for Adelia Petrosian.
Adelia Petrosian has earned
It's a 68.72. That takes the lead early on in this competition. We'll see how that number stands up throughout the event. But a good start.